Ururoa Flavell.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order. Ururoa Flavell.
Thanks, Mr. Speaker. I note that, firstly, that the Associate Minister of Education isn't present. The Minister of Education is present, and that there's some discrepancies in the question as to the he and the she. Seek leave of the House to ask the question, taking into account those small discrepancies.
Well, that is certainly in order, but just bear in mind you are still now addressing the question technically to the Associate Minister of Education. The member can proceed. Thank you.
To the Associate Minister of Education, does he agree with Natasha Sadler from Ngāti Wai that the whānau-engagement aspect of Partnership Schools Kura Hourua provides an opportunity for improved educational outcomes for Māori children? If so, has he heard this view from other Māori organisations about this policy?
Honourable Hikia Parata.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Associate Minister of Education, yes, I do agree with Ms Sadler, and I have heard this view from numerous other Māori organisations. For example, Te Maru o ngā Kura a iwi o Aotearoa submitted to the Select Committee that, quote, Kura Hourua have the ultimate opportunity to create a model of excellence for those groups of learners the system has routinely failed and neglected, and, quote, Māori organisations will come in big numbers, as will Pacifica. And the reason is simple. They want to be architects of their own futures and destinies.
Supplementary question to Ururoa Flavell.
Could the Minister please provide some feedback that he has received from Māori submitters about the opportunities that Partnership Schools Kura Hourua offer for Māori students over and above what she's mentioned already?
Honourable Hikia Parata.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Associate Minister, there was significant feedback during Select Committee, but also separately, about the opportunities to have flexible hours, to have flexible program, to be able to use teachers who were not registered with teachers' qualifications, but who through their reo and tikanga have in the past and will continue to add value to the educational opportunities of Māori students.
Supplementary question to Ururoa Flavell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What procedures will Kura Hourua Partnership Schools be expected to follow if a teacher is suspected of possible serious misconduct having occurred either prior to or during their current course of employment?
Honourable Hikia Parata.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Associate Minister, as is the case with every other school in New Zealand, sponsors will be responsible for providing a safe environment for pupils and staff. For any employee, sponsors will be responsible to investigate and address suspected misconduct in accordance with the relevant employment, health and safety legislation. If suspended misconduct relates to registered teachers, then the sponsors will also be required to follow the procedures in the Education Act 1989 relating to referral to the Teachers' Council.
Point of order, Chris Hipkins.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I didn't want to interrupt the exchange, so I waited till the end. But it would be useful if the Minister who was answering the questions could clarify which Associate Minister she was answering on behalf of, because there are, in fact, three Associate Ministers of Education. She could have been answering on behalf of Dr Peter Sharples or John Banks, and it would be useful for the House to know exactly who she's answering on behalf of.
That's over to the Minister. Question number 7. It's over to the order. It's over to the Minister to clarify. In my mind, it was fairly clear that she was responding to that question on behalf of the Honourable John Banks. But question number 7, Darian Fenton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the